And now we're going to go to Leo to his film. And you already said it, but it's Spider Man. Is it Far From Home? You said it's a
No
Christmas
Way
movie?
Home.
No
So
Way
the
Home.
third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The third one.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Defend it.
So Spider-Man No Way Home picks up right after the end of Far From Home when Mysterio revealed Peter Parker as Spider-Man to the world. So due to this occurrence, Peter Parker visits Doctor Strange, which, by the way, it is snowing at
Uh-huh.
the Sanctum Sanctorum. So we've got some snow already. We've got the Christmas stuff setting up.
Yeah.
He goes and makes this wish that nobody knows he's Spider-Man except a select few people. And the more he keeps selecting, the more hectic the spell gets. And then it causes a madness within the universe. We start seeing other Spider-Man come through. The villains from the other Spider-Man movies are coming through. And now the Spider people, the three Spider-Man from the Spider-Man movies we know, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and Tom Holland Spider-Man, band together to take out the villains. Now, let me tell you why this is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
First and foremost, it came out around Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So it came out 8 days prior to Christmas. They absolutely wanted to get you in the Christmas cheer with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, the release date. And I just want to say something about superhero and Star Wars movies. Star Wars, Avatar, and now the MCU have set up a great staple that blockbusters being associated with Christmas coming out is now a thing. We've got Aquaman around the corner, et cetera, et cetera. But it came out around Christmas. Spider-Man No Way Home gave us Spider-Man fans the gift of a lifetime. And that's all three Spider people we know appearing on screen together. That is a gift right there. That's a gift. They did not have to do that. They did not have to go through these contractual obligations to get these two Spider-Men on screen. And they went through all the riffraff they had to go through to give us that
Mm-hmm.
and Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the gift that kept on giving. But here's a big reason why I would call this a Christmas movie. Because the co-writer of Spider-Man No Way Home, Chris McKenna himself, said that this is directly inspired by a Christmas movie. Anybody know what movie it is? It's a Wonderful Life. Because It's a Wonderful Life, the plot is a guardian angel comes and shows this man how the lives he had affected would be without him. What is Spider-Man No Way Home? Showing us how life would be without Peter Parker.
Oh
It is
yeah.
absolutely a Christmas movie. This man gets to the end of he sacrifices all of the things he has. He loses Aunt May. He sacrifices his friendships to go become the hero that New York needs. And he is swinging over a Christmas tree at the end of this movie, baby. And he gets a new suit. This is absolutely a Christmas movie. Iron Man 3 has got more Christmas songs. But this is absolutely a Christmas movie, having been directly inspired by one. We see the main character swinging by a Christmas tree, and it came out around Christmas, which is something that Star Wars was doing until Marvel picked up and said, you know what? We're going to give y'all the gift that keeps on giving. 3 Spider-Man on screen together. And now ask anybody who was there watching this movie when it came out. They were hollering, hooping and hollering.
Mm-hmm.
If you would ask anybody that watched this movie in theaters, was that a gift for you? They would say, hell yes.
Who been?
Oh my God, Loretto, you got the Santa hat? Was that Harley Quinn?
He's had it
Is
on
that a
your
Harley Quinn hat?
he had it under your whole explanation. Like the whole thing.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
I've been looking at this, like, I got my screen right here, and the camera's right here, so
I was gonna say no. When you were doing your whole spiel, I threw the hat on. I was like, but
jingle bells,
so
baby.
Yes.
if I may, I'll admit, like seeing Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland giving each other a big Spider-Man hug. I mean, that in and of itself is one of the most wholesome things ever,
Period.
and it warmed my heart. And it is a gift. It is. But having Tom Holland at the end of the film, like, lose all his friends, his like, especially losing MJ and Ned, and it kind of ripped my soul out for a second there. So that's my only complaint about it being a Christmas movie, because you're happy until you're not. And that
Well,
ending
here,
when he's in the coffee shop, it just wrecks me. I'm like, yo, am I supposed to be happy or sad right now?
Mhm.
Here's the wholesome part out of all of it. Here's the wholesome part. Here's why that's a good ending. Because Spider-Man did the ultimate sacrifice that damn near no other hero would did, and Iron Man's the only one to do it. He sacrificed everything he had for everybody else to prosper. So I understand that it could feel a little bit like, oh, Spider-Man's feeling, it's a little bit ripping things away from Spider-Man, but he gave that up so that they could have hope and they could have their dreams. So I think, well, it could be a little sad for Pete. Pete gonna go on to college, make him some new friends and stuff. He just had to give this up so they could have their wholesome lives back.
It's interesting because you're right, but it still hurts. That
Hurt
coffee shop scene is just like, oh
Yeah.
my god, my
he
heart.
was like,
Yeah, it's painful.
But as a Spider-Man fan, you gotta admit, when that man pulled out that new costume and started swinging through New York,
Yeah,
listen,
that was amazing.
that right there was enough to get my hopes back up. We got us a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Okay, you know what? You're right. No, it does end on a high. So
yeah,
I gotta hear Monty's thoughts because you're right. It does end on a high note. It does.
the Iron Man.
Okay. I mean, No Way Home did come out during the holidays, right? It did come out during the holidays. And
Yeah, it came out December 17th, 2021.
yeah. And there are Christmas elements to the movie as well. And you do see him swinging from a Christmas tree at the end, which is very much like holiday vibes. I mean, are there any other holiday elements that you would say make this a Spider-Man movie? Because the movie isn't really like family friendly, you could say. Because
No Way Home?
No Way Home. Well, I mean, you literally watch Aunt May get crushed by like a part of the
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't directly show her like splatter or nothing. Oh, that's a family
And
film.
also, I would say out of the three, it's definitely the most violent Spider-Man. Like him and Goblin were throwing blows.
Yes.
Goblin was going to work.
Yeah.
Spider-Man going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. But
yeah, and then
also
remember when Peter was hitting him and he was like smiling at him? It's like, yo, that's kind of scary.
But there's a very hopeful message here, even toward the end when he's about to kill Goblin and Spider-Man jumps in the front. Remember, we are the heroes. We are spider people. We don't kill.
Mm-hmm.
So even when things did get extreme, they reeled it back in. They said, hold on, come on back.
Loretta was like sweating because he had the hood on for so long.
No, I was having a lot of fun, but it was creating a lot of heat, and I was getting kind of foggy in there.
Yeah. What do you think are some standout performances that contribute to the holiday theme?
That contribute to the holiday theme of this movie?
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Peter Parker himself. He gave up Christmas is about giving. He gave up everything for everyone.
Sacrifice.
He gave up his identity. He made a self-sacrifice. Just like the guy in It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrificing his time, he could have did this, he could have got this done, but instead he's going to do a good deed and give back to others. That's what Christmas is about.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man gave his whole, well, he didn't give Aunt May, unfortunately, that was a loss. Yeah. But having the other Spider-Man go back, giving up people knowing he's Spider-Man, even people giving up his identity and people knowing Peter Parker in order for them to have a safe, wholesome life and continue into college. That's the biggest Christmas gift of all. Mm-hmm. And so Tom Holland's Peter Parker, first of all, Tom Holland was excellent in this film. And seeing him in this movie, the way he elevates so well on screen, and not to mention just going from that, that boyish, like Mr. Stark, very reliant on Iron Man to embracing who Spider-Man is. It's been an arc for Tom Holland's acting career. And I watched this movie and I'm just like, man, I just need him to be in another good movie because, man, Cherry wasn't it. What else was he in? That one sci-fi movie he was in with Daisy Ridley. That was a pretty bad one. He's been in a couple. Devil All the Time was okay with. What's that?
Chaos Walking, that one?
Yeah, Chaos Walking.
Ooh. Do you know Nick
That was
Jonas
one
is
of the
also
worst
in that
movies I've
movie?
seen in like the past decade.
Wait, who was in that movie?
Nick Jonas.
Oh yeah. And I was like, come on, Nick, come on, Tom.
It's also on Netflix for anyone who
And
wants to
then
watch
like
it.
Uncharted was okay, but it was kind of bland,
Oh,
Yeah,
video
it
game
was like
kind of
movies.
boring.
no season on
I fell
chicken.
asleep in the theater
Oh,
during Uncharted. Yeah, I
oh,
was tired.
wee.
You fell asleep?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I woke up and I was like, oh, they're fighting the bad guy now. Okay.
oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, but it's like I
Okay.
wasn't bothered. I was like, okay, that happened.
But I think that for me ties into the holiday theme because Christmas, the main central theme is about giving. And yeah, Tom Holland's Spider-Man gives it all up for others.
Hmm.
And I will say this, we get a little dose of Halloween in there as well. There's a scene in the coffee shop where she's got these little Halloween lights hung up.
Uh-huh.
So when they reference Doctor Strange, they go to a shot of the little lights, and I was like, okay, we got a little Halloween mix in there too. I think the writer himself came out and told us this is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
He said, listen, I took a definitive Christmas movie and laid out this movie with that
Yeah.
idea.
Because the
Gotta be a
writer
Christmas
like
movie.
fully said this is based off of a Christmas movie, I feel like from there that supports, your defense of the film being a Christmas movie, for it to be based off of A Wonderful Life, which is a movie that everybody knows, and to have the structure of the film, the plot just follow that, not to a T, but it's very similar to it, and for it to be inspired by A Wonderful Life, that definitely has me leaning towards this is a Christmas movie. And I do remember No Way Home coming out in December because I had watched it in January that following year. I
Yeah.
like what you brought up about Peter Parker because I do agree No Way Home has definitely been a very different film from Homecoming, from Far From Home, because we don't have the young, naive, impressionable, curious, wide-eyed,
Yeah.
very cute, adorable Peter Parker, who's like this young kid in high school who's like fresh and doesn't really understand what it means to be a superhero. He just has like these like kind of daydreams about it, but it doesn't have like a true understanding of what that responsibility is. And in this movie, it truly comes to a head when he goes to like an all powerful wizard who asks him to do something that is a wild request at that. Like, I want you to make people forget that I'm Spider-Man, except a couple of people. You're working within the frame of like time and space and like memory and like all these things that bleed into one another. And it could cause serious repercussions, but he doesn't get that. He just wants to be able to hang out with his friends. He wants to be able to go to college. He's thinking about himself in his own little purview. And because as the film goes on, he understands that he's part of something bigger. He's part of something that's bigger than himself. And that truly comes to a head when he loses Aunt May. And it really does have him, examine his power and his place as a superhero. The journey of discovery is something that is oftentimes brought up in some holiday movies, but it's more in like, I'm a marketing director from New York and I went to this small town and I fell in love with this carpenter and I'm going to stay here and build like rocking chairs for children because that's my dream. But it's a journey of discovery where you realize that where you were before is not where you were meant to be, and there's something else for you there. And I do agree with you on that. I feel like that does make it a Christmas movie because Christmas films do tend to have like the inspiring message. Something that's supposed to stay with you, something that's uplifting. And although it's told in a very, 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 very violent way, and it's a little, it comes with Tom Holland punching a psychopath, but it's fine. It's okay. Tom Holland's fighting Willem Dafoe. It's okay. We still get the message at the end of the day that, who you are and what other people see, doesn't matter. It matters what you do, the life that you live. So I'm gonna let you hold that. We are saying that No Way Home is a Christmas movie. It's
Let's
funny.
go.
It's funny you guys both picked like the last movies and trilogies. Since you're at the end of the video, don't forget to like the video and leave a comment down below. If you want early access to these highlights, join our Patreon. Patrons have access to our entire archive, including full-length videos. Patrons also have the opportunity to choose a topic for our podcast, and they get the opportunity to be a guest. Join now.